Okay. All right.
Hey.
Call the meeting to order.
Call meeting.
Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of
the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Excuse me. Thank you.
It went for the nose.
Yeah.
The nose knows.
Okay. Roll call. Mark,
I'm here.
Gene,
Here,
Angie,
Present.
and myself. We do have a quorum. This special meeting was called for one item, and I'm gonna add another little item on the same vein when we're through here real quickly.
I don't think you can you?
Not for vote, I mean, you could
It doesn't
announce
need a
something.
Oh, it can't come to a vote.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just wanted to discuss something real quick while we're all here. It will have to be a vote later, but
Right, okay.
okay, we called this meeting because we need to buy a new truck, or a new used truck. And we need to authorize somebody to purchase that. Angie and Gene have been doing a lot of research, and if you find a good truck, you look at it and in a day it's gone. You go look at it, you gotta
Yeah,
say,
you need to be ready to move on.
yeah, you gotta be ready to move on it. We can't wait and expect that truck to be available
In a week or whatever.
Yeah.
Or next
yeah.
month, or whatever.
Whatever, even sometimes the day after.
You're discussing number 11.
Oh, I'm discussing number 11?
Oh,
Yes, I am, thank you.
Remember it.
We missed a bunch.
You said you were gonna add something.
But that's a bunch.
You aren't, you're discussing number 11.
Okay.
We forgot
Yeah,
the rest.
all right, well, I'm gonna add something
Like
later.
you can or no one vote.
Either add something or don't.
Yeah, okay. So I would like to discuss who we want to authorize to go ahead and say, yes, we'll take this truck.
Good, because I want to add into that discussion.
Okay,
I move we have Gene do it.
You can't, because we haven't finished discussion yet. I suggest that all of us, as choose to, and which would be Angie and me probably, look into the various vehicles which are available. So I would suggest that two of us have to agree that one or more vehicles are acceptable.
I agree.
Then I would further say that a third member of the board has to come on board to say that a particular vehicle is the one we want. You might think that would take time, but in the case of us, I don't think it would take more than a number of hours. And in my business philosophy, if it takes more than a few hours, you probably shouldn't do it anyway. So that is my suggestion, that all of us look, we at least have another person to go look at the truck physically, so that if there is a truck in Lake Havasu, which is available between all of us, we should be able to get two of us to go down and look at it. If the two of us can't convince a third person that we need to buy it, then we probably shouldn't. So
Okay.
that's my proposal, that we all look, at least two of us go look at it. It takes a third person to approve it, and further, I would say that we authorize no more than $15,000.
Okay, I agree with the $15,000.
I don't think you can do the three people without it being a quorum.
But
I don't think you can do three people without it being a quorum, though.
Yeah,
that's the trick, isn't it? Because three people is a quorum.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So
that's-
if at three people, it is a quorum. If you only do two people, you don't have a quorum, so the other three people can bitch and say, oh, I'm sorry, I don't want that truck. So with the third person, we have the quorum, and then we have the authorization.
Well,
But you have to do it as a meeting.
So you mean if you and Chuck went and looked at a truck in Lake Havasu, you would have to ask Mark if he approved that sale or me.
Or you or
Or
Ron.
Ron,
That's exactly correct.
okay.
Because I don't want to go out and spend $10,000 on a truck and someone else come and say, well, that wasn't worth it, you shouldn't do that. We need a quorum to decide. We need a group of us. The only alternative, folks, the only alternative is to authorize Kathy to buy the truck. That's the only alternative we
We
have.
don't want that.
Okay,
Because I'm a typical
thinking.
girl, I don't
And you
know.
should.
Yeah.
That's why we have this meeting.
yeah, okay, I agree with what you say, but I think it's gonna be really hard to do. 'Cause number one, I've got about 5 days before I come in mobile for 6 weeks. And I've got a whole crap load of things to do. I don't have time.
Mark?
Mark,
Works every day.
Yeah, yeah, I just don't
I
have
can
time.
get hold of Mark in the evening.
I mean, if you want my approval, I mean, you can just shoot me a text showing, with an ad for the truck, and then you guys already checked it out.
Yeah.
It's not
know.
a big deal.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
You know, I'd love to go truck shopping, but
I don't know.
I just don't have a lot of time right now.
Ron is gonna be back in town.
Not until that.
We don't have to buy the truck
Today.
today.
Oh, no, we don't have to buy,
The
oh, no.
sooner we get the truck for the guys, the better, I mean, right? Or-
The way it sits now, we're looking at 2 to 3 months if we can make the truck hold out that long. So what I'm saying is that we could make the truck happen in 2 or 3 days,
That's better.
whereas in the other aspect, we would not.
Yeah.
We absolutely would not, physically, we could not make it happen.
Yeah,
I'm just
no.
not sure having 2 people contact the third people doesn't
quorum.
qualify as a quorum. It doesn't qualify as a meeting without being part of the public. Do you see what I'm saying? That's my,
Well, I don't
that's,
know what the legality is there.
I know. I mean, I can call tomorrow and ask, but I'm just thinking, when you have 2 people contacting a third, you're in,
If we pre-authorize the third person,
I don't know.
then it might work.
It might. I mean, like I said, I can call Jeannie, right?
Yeah.
Ginny,
Yeah,
Very good.
That
tomorrow.
might be in violation of.
I think if we pre-authorize it, it would.
Yeah, I have no problem with it, but the legality part kind of bothers me a little bit.
Could we just do a conditional, if the third person can be involved, then that's great, and if not, then you guys can still move ahead, so we're not having to wait until the next meeting?
I'd rather not do that. In my proposal, I think we need the third person, because
I understand.
anybody could come up to your wife and say,
Yeah,
you did not have a majority to do that. And we are taking the majority because we only have the choice of giving it to you
right.
or keeping it for us.
Mhm.
Those are our only 2 choices. And I don't think you want that
No, I
responsibility.
really,
First,
really.
I don't,
If you do, then I'd gladly give it to you. You know?
yeah,
All you have to do is say yes.
yeah,
can we,
I
can
don't,
we finalize an amount? Can we vote on the 15,000?
And not
wait,
to
we can do
exceed?
that,
Yeah.
That still leaves us without a way to authorize the purchase.
What are you thinking, Mark? You look,
yeah,
your face looks full
I
of
don't know,
thoughts.
15 grand threw me off, because I thought we mentioned 25 before. I don't know what they could buy for 15 grand, so, I don't know.
Almost everything I've looked at is for less than 10,000.
I looked at stuff, most of the stuff I looked at was between 13 and 17. So, but if they want 17, sometimes you can tell, here's cash,
Yeah, no, I hear it, yeah.
Almost all the vehicles I've looked at seriously were less than $10,000.
Now, what year vehicles are you looking at?
Looking at anywhere from 2006 to 2015.
Okay.
And looking at strictly 3/4 ton and above,
Yeah.
I was looking at four-wheel drives if they're 3/4 ton. If they're 110 or above, I was looking at two-wheel drives. I was looking at mainly, if they were 110 and above, I was looking at ones that already had utility boxes.
Mm-hmm.
That was my next question.
The ones that already have utility boxes are relatively cheap
Yes.
on the market because people don't want utility boxes.
Right.
Well, that's true too, yeah.
So I've seen 650s with utility boxes for less than $10,000. So there's a large leeway
Yeah,
in what you're looking at. It's not like you've got a prescribed thing you want to look at. 3/4 tons usually don't come with utility boxes, so we'd have to trade ours onto that truck.
Now, if we do that, that takes a lot of man hours to switch it over.
yeah, that utility box,
And 3/4.
There's another thing to consider too.
What's
Are
that?
usually well.
You have to have a long wheelbase, because
Yeah.
our problem was short wheelbase.
Exactly, yeah, that is such a huge amount.
yeah, okay, now, discussing utility boxes and
60 hours.
that sort, I'm gonna throw something out, and Mark mentioned it, would we be better off to put a drawer set in the bottom of it
Yes.
and a couple side boxes on a
Drawer set's
pickup?
all you need. The drawers pull out drawers open.
Yeah, that whole drawer set that blows out all the way.
Yep, I've worked out of those.
If I ever buy a new truck, I'm gonna put one of those in
You
regardless.
can still reach in the bed to get all the stuff on
And
top.
How
still got
much
the
money
bed.
you're talking to the
$2 grand.
set? You're talking 3 or 4,000.
No, $2,000 for a drawer.
Yeah, that's $2,000 for an 8-foot drawer
And
set.
anybody can install them, they're quick.
You know, I don't know, I'm just throwing this out and,
I don't like them because it's like buying a freezer where you lift the top up, you know, everything in the bottom just stays there for years and you never see it again.
No, the slide out drawer, it's a box. It's
I know, they slide out and everything in the back you don't see.
well, it comes out all the way.
I know, but you don't take them out all the way. Just like a chest freezer. How often you dig down to the bottom of it, you know?
Yeah, but all you gotta do is pull it out all the way.
There might be bodies down
To
there.
me, a utility box is so much handier
Okay,
because
no, I'm just.
when you open the door, you see everything that's in there.
Yeah, well, that's something that,
It limits the amount of space in the truck though, what you can carry.
Yeah.
And not to name names, but I've seen what happens to a pickup truck around here when it becomes piled with equipment and you have no clue what is down the bottom.
what's over there, yeah, what's way bad in the back. Yeah, I agree.
But anyhow, back to the task at hand, like. so-
Back to task at hand.
It could be a 3-hour debate on.
And that is why I say that it would take 2 of us to look at and 3 of us to approve it. Because everybody looks at something differently.
Oh, yeah,
And it is also why I say I don't want to give Kathy the
no,
responsibility.
I don't wanna
for taking
put that
the
on
truck.
her, yeah.
Because there are too many people outside who would complain about it,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
exactly.
What about 2 people and Ben? Or 2 people and Michael? And Malcolm?
Legally, we're not allowed to do that. That's a board decision.
I would love to include Ben and Malcolm on the final decision. I hope what I'm saying doesn't decline anything that you guys might add, but their decision isn't theirs.
That's right.
Their decision is ours, and we
Yeah.
have to make the final decision regardless of what they say.
Yep.
So they may object completely with what we bought, but it's still our decision.
That's correct.
And
Basically, all we can do is tell you what we would like in a truck.
exactly,
Yeah, but their input is very valuable.
You guys have to find,
completely.
A way to
Yeah.
do it. Yep.
But I would not want to make them partly responsible
No. Not at all.
for our decision in any way except for their well-earned advice
Yeah,
and their needs. You know, we need to consider that, but I don't want somebody climbing on Malcolm because we bought a crummy truck.
oh, I do.
well, I can handle that.
Better him than you.
Now, you might get nixed out of your morning coffee, so you don't want it to be involved at all. Those people, they can be
You know,
mean.
realistically, we could buy a truck and it'd be everything we wanted, but it turned out to have a bad motor.
Well,
And
yeah,
I wouldn't want somebody blaming you guys for that.
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
made the decision, you didn't.
yeah, you know,
So-
I mean,
Why should I take my responsibility and
Yeah.
put it on?
I've been blamed for a lot worse.
Yeah.
They bought us
Yeah.
a crappy truck, it's not our fault.
Yeah, so, all right,
We're not any closer to figuring out what we're doing, right?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I am.
Now, are we gonna,
Can we just vote to have just 2 people do it? I mean,
Okay, here's something else I'm just gonna throw out on the table, okay? And it still has to do with this. If we don't buy a truck right now, I mean, this week, next week,
Mhm.
and we have to have a truck, what about renting a truck for a month? And I have no idea how much it costs.
I don't either remember what.
What are the odds, what are the odds that we're gonna need a truck?
I don't know, yeah,
These
that's,
guys.
Pretty high.
yeah, pretty high.
They don't have overdrive.
We don't need overdrive.
No, I know.
Well, you don't
Yeah.
have overdrive or third gear.
So we're running on first and second gear?
Yes.
okay, well,
Once you get up to speed a little bit, you can put it in third gear and it maintains. But if you give it any throttle, it just goes
Slips.
away.
okay, well,
And the only
Needs a
place
new
you
clutch
really
pack.
have to drive it every day is out to Mineral Park and back, right?
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
Twice, right, twice a day?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And so
no,
you can
once
do
a
that
day is
with second.
Once a day.
sufficient. Yeah.
yeah, so, that was just a thought, you know, in case it came down to we just didn't get one.
I have no problem with renting a truck if that's what it ends up having to happen.
Yeah, I don't have a
That's-
problem with that
We have to
either.
run a business.
Yeah, and like I said, I have no idea what, I don't know.
I think that just distracts us from the present problem.
That's fine, it was just something I was thinking about.
I think we need to find a truck.
Yeah, oh, I do too,
I agree.
definitely. All right,
Well, I appreciate the 2-person, or you wanna do 3 people, I think we're violating the open.
I think,
law on something.
Personally, I think 2 people to look at it, 3 people to authorize.
Well, can we have 2 people look at it
We
and
may
then
be
just call
able-
a meeting in a day later and just have the 3 people agree to it, be done with it?
I think we should have a verbal third authorized.
But it might not
We're not-
be up to
yeah,
you, Gene. I
it's
mean,
open
we
meeting
we
law.
have to still follow the law. So, I mean, I can talk to him about it and see if there's a way that you can make that an executive session thing where we can just on the spot do it with 3. But I think you then have to still have all of the board members involved, whether they're here or not, on the phone or not. I don't think you can, as 2 people, because that's really what you're doing, is coercing a third. I mean, that's what they're gonna look at it as. You're trying to convince a third board member to do something, as opposed
I
to,
don't
I
think that's gonna be.
I don't
a
either,
problem.
I don't think that's an issue.
I'll call and ask.
Yeah,
I think you need to ask them about that.
yeah,
But I don't think that that's the issue because the board is able to make its own decisions. And I think if we decide that this is the way it's gonna be, that is our decision. I don't think that's an illegal decision.
Well, you have to have a quorum.
What's that?
Yeah.
You have to have a quorum every time.
Yeah, we have a.
No,
quorum.
you got to have a quorum to make a decision.
Yes.
If we make the decision, then that decision follows through. You don't have to have a quorum to continue with the decision. You don't have to have the quorum to make the decision.
Yeah.
So if the quorum decides that, it takes 3 of us to buy it, then I think that should stand. But as you say, it's good to check it out.
Yeah.
So do you wanna make a motion then to try that and then
well,
the one do that and
okay,
then she'll find out if it's okay?
let's make a motion, okay, I'm gonna make a motion, and a second. How am I gonna word this? To authorize 2 people to actually look at the truck to start with, and a third to agree with the selection.
Can I make a suggestion real quick?
Huh?
Because I think we might be able to get around the legality if you actually make a motion for 3 people to make the decision.
All right, that's fine. All right,
Yeah, I mean.
all right. Hang that motion up. Let's start a new motion.
No, because that means that 3 people will have to look at the truck.
Only if those 3 people all agree that they need to.
That means that 3 people have to look at the truck. So
All right, go back to the
scheduling, as you know, Kathy, trying to get 3 people in the same place at one
That's gonna be
time
tough,
is near
especially right
impossible.
now.
Whereas with 5 of us on the board, I can easily get hold of Angie, easily get hold of Chuck, and easily get Ron. You're a little bit more difficult. If we had to go to Havasu, so
Yeah.
that if after you got work and you were willing to go with me to Havasu, we could go do that.
Okay.
But trying to get 3 of us to go to Havasu
All at once,
might be a real problem.
yeah.
And these things, as Angie and I have discovered, looking online for these, they come up one day and they're gone the next.
Yeah,
So you can't say, okay, I'll be there 2 days from now,
no, you can't, that's the trouble.
because they're gonna say, oh, it's gone.
Yeah,
I'm already writing it, authorizing 2 people.
Unfortunately, we're looking at time-sensitive commodities.
yeah, you are, yeah. It's not like you can shop around and come back to that one.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know.
all right, I'm gonna continue my motion with 2 people. Make a decision to make a decision on the truck. And have the
2
third
people
person.
look at it.
2 people look at it, 2 people shop. A third person is called on to agree with the 2 shoppers, if you wanna call them that, to purchase a truck for anywhere under $15,000.
Okay, I second.
Okay,
Okay, we're still under discussion.
yeah, okay, that's fine.
You have a problem with that, guys?
No, not at all.
Not at
I
all?
might add one thing. I don't think that the 4-wheel drive is essential because I've never used the 4-wheel drive for any purpose.
Really?
We haven't needed it.
Well, that might
So
make
that
things
might help a
easier.
little bit.
Because our situation, we were thinking that it was 3/4 ton, which had 4-wheel drive, and maybe in a 1-ton, but it's more than a 1-ton, that wouldn't need it.
Yeah,
But you're saying you don't think we need it all?
I haven't had to use it, and I think partly it's
Even going
because
up
how
the
heavy
tank
that
down
damn
there?
bed is. Yeah, even going up there, I've never had to use it. Going up to the tank.
Well, that changes.
That changes, yep, that's fine with me.
I know a truck for sale.
Exactly.
I have a truck for sale.
Yeah, that's the one I know.
Make a motion to buy Gene's truck.
I second. I second.
Really, we're joking, but
I'm
that's,
not joking.
I'm not joking,
Yeah.
it's a good truck.
And still have money left over for a dump trailer.
And it's got a new engine.
Yeah, well,
No brainer, but,
Let's continue with your,
yeah, finish the.
all right, let's do this motion.
Still first.
Okay,
okay.
I'm not gonna repeat the motion.
this is what I have. Authorizing 2 people to make a decision on a truck with a 3rd board member to approve. Does that
That's
sound?
fine, under $15,000.
Under
Up to
15,000.
15,000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
15,000.
and that's a ceiling for us, yeah.
And you seconded it, right?
I
Yeah.
second
Oh,
that.
Okay.
I move and he second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Done. Okay, now, let's talk about
Gene's truck.
Gene's truck. That's not what I was gonna add, but I wanna add something else after this. Just something that we need to do later. I don't know. I'm not gonna ask you, what do you guys feel about Gene's truck?
I don't know it.
You
I have no
guys-
idea. What is it?
It's a F2, sorry.
It's a 250 or 350?
It's a 250.
Yeah, that's what I
It's
thought.
a 2-wheel drive, it's a heavy duty.
Yeah, nice truck.
It's a very nice truck.
Long
Got
or
new
short?
engine.
Now, are we gonna put a bed on it? Are we gonna put the box on it?
That would be my advice.
Now, is it
I
a short
think-
wheelbase or a long wheelbase?
I think that,
It's a long
It's a
bed.
long bed.
Perfect.
I think that putting that box on another chassis is a waste of money. That's my own personal
The
opinion.
box that they have now.
Yeah,
I agree.
I
If I was the
agree.
one that helped put it
yeah,
on.
it's just a lot of labor.
Yep.
Yeah, we had to do a lot of welding and reframe.
Yeah, and that box was made to fit a Chevrolet, and this is a Ford.
Yeah,
And I guarantee you, there's a bunch of differences.
Wait a minute, you had to do a whole lot of things to make it fit a Chevrolet.
yeah, I did, because it's a short wheelbase.
Short bed.
Oh, it's a short bed.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a short bed.
Yeah.
Oh!
And the transmission.
That's why the transmission went out, I think.
Oh, yeah.
We were breaking leaf
Too much
springs.
Yeah.
weight.
I just could not believe it.
My own opinion, and I'm just gonna express an opinion, a roll-out drawer set and a couple side boxes.
Yeah.
Or a cross box.
And they'll go onto a standard bed,
Put it in
and
anybody
they'll go
want.
onto a standard bed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those drawer sets, I'm sold on those drawer
Yeah,
sets.
I worked, yeah, multiple companies with those.
Yeah.
It's just awesome.
And I think that, and we're talking, what do they say, those drawer sets, a couple grand?
Couple grand.
I've never
It's
priced
the high
them.
end, it's $2 grand.
Yeah.
I just priced them yesterday.
Get a good one.
Yeah.
And then maybe-
$1,700 and up.
Yeah, and I don't like a cross box, because
You
that's,
can't reach in there.
you
Yeah.
can't, it's over here, it's like a camper
Well, then
shell.
you lose a lot of
Go ahead.
cargo space if you
Yeah.
could.
A couple side boxes.
Yeah, if you put a box up on the front, you know, you lose a lot of cargo space.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
but
the side box takes a foot in,
I don't think you even need a sidewalk.
you still have 4 feet.
so the drawers only take up 4 feet?
You remember Ben when I was
The
talking
drawers go
about way
from
back when
wheel
the
well to
slide out
wheel well.
boxes that come out of the bed?
Mhm.
Yeah, that.
And they're
get
8-foot
that.
drawers?
I've seen them.
Yeah,
Yep,
there's-
They work.
all the way.
Yeah.
They roll out, the ones I've seen roll out 100%.
Yeah,
I've
all over
never
the
seen
indoors.
There's nothing hidden.
Yeah, you can walk on them when they're all the way
In
up. too.
fact,
That's heavy
they
duty,
sell
yeah.
trucks now, like I just saw a Ford commercial where a guy was pulling this thing out of his,
Oh.
Yeah.
and it
No.
came that way. It
And
was
they make them for
factory
8 foot, 6 foot, 6.5, 5.5.
And electric if you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking
Yeah.
they're probably breaking.
And I don't know what side boxes are, they can't be more than $500 or $750 a piece.
Yeah, they probably-
I don't know.
I would think for the total you'd be $1,000.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll have to abstain.
Because it's-
But I don't object.
Well, it's not a motion anyway.
Yeah, but that's a decision we
I
can
really think
make.
you should seriously consider your truck first.
Well, what I would do is I'd start out with the slide out. Then if you need more,
Yeah.
you can add another box or,
Okay, that's fine. We can add, we don't have to do it all at once.
yeah.
Yeah, you still have the full bed for all your cones.
And you still got a bed.
Aircraft
Yep.
And whatever else you want on top.
And the top of that, those slide outs are just as tough as the bed.
Yeah, it's got like the.
It's diamond plate or something, yeah.
Do we wanna change the motion then?
No, you're,
No,
no,
we got a motion
We're
to
discussing.
approve a truck?
we still gotta look at it.
Yeah, I'd like,
I think we should go with the motion that's already been approved.
yeah, I do
Yeah.
too.
And if
Okay.
people want to look at my truck, they can.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
And put it right in the mix with all the other stuff
Yep,
that's
yep,
available.
yep, yep. I'd like these two to look at it,
Yep.
Yeah.
Tomorrow a good day?
you know.
I'm off
Sitting
tomorrow. I
down
got
there in
plenty of
Golden
time.
Valley, you can look at it anytime you want.
What's in Golden Valley?
Yeah. It's down at the RV repair place down there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, down there on, okay.
Hanks.
Yeah.
Hanks RV repair.
So I think that,
So I will stay out of that.
yeah,
If you guys
Oh,
want to look at it,
yeah.
then go ahead and do that.
okay.
Because that'll fit right in with our previous motion.
Yeah, yeah, okay. All right, okay, so the other thing I wanted to add, and it's something we can't vote on right now, but we'll put it on the agenda for next month, is getting rid of that other truck. I don't want it around,
Because, yeah, I thought about that earlier.
I don't want it around, I don't want anybody thinking about putting any money into it.
Yeah, we have a title, right? So we just.
I
sell it
assume
and
we
be done.
do.
Yeah, be done with it.
Yeah.
Say bye-bye.
Do you know that for a fact?
Yes, we have a title to
Yeah.
it.
Okay, that's fine.
So it'll just go on to like Facebook Marketplace. or something.
Yeah, just, and we'll put that on the agenda for next month, selling that other truck at what we can get out of it.
check,
$100.
Yeah,
You could probably get more partying out than selling it whole.
yeah,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna say,
And we'll
but then you
put
gotta-
that on the agenda for next month.
yeah.
You'll get probably 5 just for someone who wants the box.
Yeah, the bed, yeah, that's, the rest of it's not worth nothing.
Yeah.
You just don't want it sitting there for the next 6 months. And
Right.
neither do
Thank
I.
you very much.
Yeah. Yeah, we just want it there because we want to.
Yeah,
That pickup
I want it
in the
gone.
yard for 2 years because we want
Yeah,
to sell
I
it.
want it gone, so.
Finally just gave it away.
Okay, all right, I think we've accomplished what we want.
So we'll have to peel the letters off the door.
No, you do.
I got a grinder, I gotta get it.
Okay,
I move we adjourn.
I second.
all in favor?
I,
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright.